Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Veronica, aka Little Miss Skin Expert, and I just wanted to show you guys a video on this look right here. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on real quick and just do a quick get ready with me. First though, I want to talk about this guy. So one of the things that was really attractive to me, besides the SPF listed here in the front, was that it said that it had vitamins A, C, and E in there. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna pick this up. I mean, it's less than all the primers I own, like all my prestige brands, and the fact that it has SPF is cool, so I like that. So I went ahead and I started using it for the last like couple weeks, and what I particularly liked about this guy when I was using it was that it was more of a creamy texture. So some primers can be kind of powdery. I'm not sure exactly what the ingredient that causes primers to be that way. Like for example, Smashbox, their pore minimizing primer is more like powdery, chalky. So for those of you who are oily, you guys might like this one. But for those of you who suffer from slightly dry, slightly oily skin, then the other Milani primer at the drugstore is one that I can definitely recommend now. I've been really happy with it. I haven't had any breakout issues. I've noticed that my makeup lasts a lot longer. I like that it does have some hydrating ingredients and emollient ingredients in there, but it's not like greasy. So I have applied this already. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to go in with is the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless Filter. I haven't used this in a minute, so I thought I would go in with it. So this is like an illuminator. It is a little bit more on the pricier side. She is a prestige brand. She exclusively sells online and at certain Nordstrom's. So that's where I've seen it. Next thing I'm going to go in with is her Light Wonder Foundation. What I like about this foundation is it is a buildable coverage foundation. So, and the fact that it's a squeeze tube, I like that as well. So I'm just going to go in with it kind of generously, dotting my face and going in with a damp beauty sponge and pushing it into the skin in a stippling motion just because Mama's in a hurry. I should have used my brush, but this was just easily available and accessible right now. So, and like I said, this is a buildable coverage, so that's one of the things I like. I could still see my skin. So for those of you who have like my skin type, which is slightly dry, slightly oily, and like a buildable coverage that's kind of still, you know, evens out your skin tone, this is alright. So today I am going to go in with Tarte Shape Tape generously. Love the wand. I love the formula. I love that it lasts all day. Certain foundations though, I noticed it plays well with better than others. So like this one, the Charlotte Tilbury one, it does set well with it. I've used other like heavier foundation like the Too Faced Born This Way foundation with this, and I did not like it. It looked so caked up on me. So so I would stick with something that's like a lighter coverage foundation and then applying the Tarte Shape Tape. So one of my favorite products by Charlotte Tilbury is this one right here. This is her Filmstar Bronze and Glow palette. Obviously it's in a very luxe kind of packaging, but that's really not what I love about this product. I love the fact that this is just a subtle glow. Well, I wouldn't even say subtle. I would say it's a notch up, but it's not a blinding highlight, but I still really like it. And then it comes with this bronzer, which is a really nice shade of bronze for my skin tone. So I'm going to use that today and just bronze up the face first. I did already go in with some translucent loose powder. So I'm just going to demonstrate this very fast. Her highlighter part of her palette. I can't talk today. Oh. See, it's just like a little subtle glow, which is what I wanted. Nothing too bright, just enough to give me a little bit of something. I could just finish up this look. Okay, so I don't really need to do much to the eye look. I just kind of added a little bit of depth in the crease. And then I added this gold topper. It's a very sheer, as you can see. and I just placed it right on top of the eyeshadow because I had placed the eyeshadow all over the lid to do this. So I did my brows off camera. So the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in with like an eye pencil. This is the Rimmel London waterproof eye definer, Exaggerate waterproof eye definer. And I use this a lot usually in my waterline, but I'm going to use it on the top line, lash line of my eye. And I'm just going to kind of sloppily put it on first. Now you kind of want to move a little bit fast because this does kind of set up pretty quickly. Take an angle brush and I'm just going to smudge it along the lash line like that. And kind of flicking it upwards towards the... Alright, so I just went ahead and I just started applying my mascara off camera. I'm using the Milk Makeup's mascara because I love it. Remember what I said? I don't know if you guys have been following me long enough to know when I first used this, I wasn't too impressed with the formula. But now that I've been kind of playing with it, and maybe because there was just a lot of product bundled up on the brush, that's why I wasn't too happy with it. Because the formula felt a little wet. So when the formula is more on the wet side and it takes longer to set up, my lashes will drag down and then they don't lift. So I don't like that. So some formulas just are a little bit more on the drier side, kind of like a primer, you know, primers, some are creamier, some are more powdery in texture. So for my mascaras, I like them to be a little bit on the drier side. I know, it's kind of weird, isn't it? So the last thing I'm going to do is use the Charlotte Tilbury's Cheek to Chic Swish and Pop blusher, and it's in the shade Love is a Drug, and it is very bright, okay? The way you're supposed to use this, I saw a tutorial done on this, as well as the person when I bought it from showing me. So you're supposed to take the outside of the and swish around on the outside of the blusher, and then you apply that on the cheek, and then you take the center part and you're supposed to just put it on this apple part of your cheek. I don't particularly like that style for me. I like it maybe in the wintertime or maybe when I'm trying to do like a doll kind of look. But that's the way you're supposed to use this blush. A little does go a long way. The pigment does pick up pretty nicely, so I like that. So this is definitely one that you guys can check out. It's like a peachy, pinky shade, which I really can appreciate. I like pinks and peaches. I like terracotta kind of blush colors too. So it just complements my skin tone. I lied. The last thing I'm going to do is put some lipstick on. So I recently picked this up. This is the Maybelline Color Sensational matte lipstick in the shade Clay Crush, and it looks like this. I've been wearing it for the last like 3 days, and I love it. I find that Maybelline in the mattes, I like their mattes. So once again, this is the shade Clay Crush. Well, and that completes the look, guys. What do you guys think? One of my everyday looks, you know, doing this very simple, still glam kind of look, especially when you guys are in a hurry, or moms are in a hurry. This is a great look to go to.